Hey guys, how you doing? Samu here. Welcome to the prophetic insight. We've got more on the Bible code, and special this Friday, October the 2nd. Today or tonight is actually Sukkot. That's the right pronunciation on there. Some people pronounce it Sukkot and a whole bunch of different stuff, but Sukkot is the right pronunciation on there. But tonight, Friday, Friday the 2nd evening, which will start the initiation of Sukkot, and then ends on Friday the 9th. I have the schedule up there in front of you. And so just to abbreviate a little bit before I show you the Bible code on Sukkot and why it's so important and what's the meaning of it. But what it is basically they start on the sundown, which is tonight, and then they end nightfall of Friday the 9th, Friday, October 9th. And it's also known as the Feast of Booths, Feast of Tabernacles, and then the Feast of Gathering as well, and Feast of Festivals. And so just to give you a little interesting on there. And so why is it important? Why do Jews celebrate it? Well, as you know, if you ever watched the movie The Ten Commandments, after they crossed the Red Sea and Moses part of the Red Sea, part of the Red Sea, and they're heading toward the desert to the Promised Land. So during that time, the Jews are traveling. They're crossing the desert to hit the Promised Land on that. So during that time, they're camping out basically. So I like to look at it as like this is a time to go camping with God, or this is a time to be traveling with God. So they're staying in different places out in the desert. And the Tabernacles are these places where they're meeting. I would call it tents. It's a better word turned on there and stuff. And just like that picture right there, as you can see, Sukkot on there. They decorate it just like I would say like a Christmas tree. There's a lot of lights, there's a lot of ornaments and stuff. So sort of like Christmas. I have a rabbi friend that who has one in his backyard. He decorates it. It looks nice, palm trees and everything, little ornaments, little lights and stuff. So it just reminds me of kind of like Christmas. And so some people actually go further in it. They live in it for a whole week, And some people just go in there in prayer. My rabbi friend actually goes in there and he has his studies and prays to the Lord. His time of shelter of the Lord. By the way, it's also known as the Feast of Shelters, or they call it shelters, booths, and so forth. So the famous scripture, what I look at in this whole thing is like by fire by night, cloud by day, fire by night. So during that time, God is with us. Also want to look at it is like Psalms 91, because a lot of us in what I'm sensing, I've talked to a lot of people that they're in transition during this time. I have a friend who actually is moving to another country to be back home with her family, and other people are like switching jobs. They're moving one state and going to another state, different jobs, different career, whole bunch of different stuff. So there's a shifting, there's moving, there's people are moving, they're making transition. So it's not only happening in the spiritual realm, but also in the natural. Things are moving, people shifting, they're like rearranging, their lives are rearranging and stuff. And I feel like in the spirit that God is actually bringing all his families together. And what I mean by that is that you may have your family living in one state, and then you're in this other state, and now they're going back home to their family to be close to their family. So I'm sensing God is doing that, through the body of Christ and what's happening right now. very ironically during this time of Sukkot. Um, Also, there's job shifts. A lot of people are asking prayers for jobs. They're changing careers. They're moving. They're finding new places. So it's during that time, prophetically, again in the natural and the spirit and stuff like that. There's things happening. So it's a God thing, definitely on there. So let's look in the Bible code of Sukkot. Okay, so as you can see in Sukkot here, during the search of the Bible code, you can see the word right here, rejoice. So during this time of shifting, I would call it change, moving, transitioning, it's a rejoicing time. And you got the word here, happy Sukkot. 5781. Which is 2021. That's this year according to Jewish calendar. For those who may miss the earlier broadcast explaining this, that the Jewish calendar started in Rosh Hashanah, and our calendar is still going on till January of next year. So we're in the Western calendar is 2020. The Jewish calendar is already in 2021, also known as 5781. So we got the word here, faith, right? Festival of the gathering. That's another word for Sukkot. You got the word Messiah here, confirming that this year is the Messiah, and I'll go further on that. You got the word tabernacle. And you got the word happiness. So during this time of transition, it's a happy time. So be happy. So that's pretty much on the Bible code on the Sukkot or Sukkot. Sorry, getting all mixed up on there. I want to show you next the interesting thing on the Messiahs, the years. I call it the years of Messiah, according to Rabbi. Now, he just put out this one here is actually the missing dates where the Messiah was coming, of the word Messiah approaching the earth or visiting us. As you can see here, there's some dates here. You got 5775, and then it says will not be redeemed, meaning that it's been canceled or the Messiah decided not to come on that date, because you got the word Messiah here. Redeem in the time, redemption in time. You got 5778, and then again, no Messiah. It's been rejected, decided not to come. Declaration will not be redeemed, impurity, reason, and then you got in 5776 here as well. So I don't know why the dates are all scattered here, but that's the way it's written. So anyways, now to show you these dates, I want to explain some of the significance on these dates, because it's very interesting. By the way, the 5775, I believe that's 2015. So 2015, then you got 2016, 2017, and then 2018, right? Yeah. So here are some of the significance thing that happened, starting with 2018. As you know, during that time, that was, 2016, sorry. Just to clarify. So significance of the 2016, there was a hard year for Israel because there was a separation on there. They lost part of the land. You know the story on that, so you go through the history on there. But also, it was the rise of Trump. So you knew he got elected as president in November. So there was a rising of that in a lot of events. Another interesting thing that happened in the I would say the 5778, which you got it right in there somewhere, right there. Okay, so we're just going to put that right there. How's that? Yeah, there you go. 5778. Some of the highlights of that. In the year of Hebrew calendar 5778, Israel celebrated its 70th anniversary. So the word 70. So there's a very powerful prophetic number 70. And then that will bring 5779. So interesting on there, but Messiah wasn't present on there. So interesting on there. So you got that time of, it's almost like a grace period, or some interesting things happen, even though it was hard for some people. So that, according to us, was in 2018, by the way. So I'm just going to put that up aside here. Let's put that like somewhere here on there. So there were some interesting things here. Now the final word, I would say the year. Let's bring that one up here. See if I can pull that one up here. I'm just gonna bring that down here. Okay. Also, that here's another graph on the Bible codes. Just give it that. 5776 here. The waiting of son of David. 7581 here. Son of Jesse. Israel, sons of redemption here. So there is no sign of Messiah, but he was supposed to come, but he decided not to come, in other words. Now the final one, which is this year, 5781. Now this is something to take a look at it. Because this year is a prophetic year. This is the only one that actually has the word when the time of God. When the time of God, Messiah, 5781, which is this year. According to Jewish calendar, you got the word end, and then you got the word on time. So that's a very strong Bible code confirmation for Messiah's appearance. And as you know, since of Rosh Hashanah, the Jews, according to the rabbi, they said that the Jews are currently meeting with the Messiah now, and having secret meetings, according to the rabbis are saying. And look in the past archives and stuff, and it talks about it and stuff like that. Not what I'm saying, but what according to the articles has been saying on that. Very strange time. And as you know, with the Messiah, according to the Jewish, it's not the Messiah that we seek, which is Jesus Christ. And their Messiah is actually the Antichrist. It's the son of perdition. It's the Antichrist. Because when the Antichrist appears, he's going to bring peace, right? As you know, according to the scriptures in the book of Revelation, Daniel, he's going to bring peace. But then the peace won't last. I think it says something about 7 years, but also we had the peace treaty, by the way. And or the beginning of it or something like that. They're saying it's not the peace treaty, it's the beginning. But it's around the time figure anyway. So the rise of the Antichrist, the events that will happen, there'll be peace, but also there's going to be the time of building the third temple, as you know. And currently that's being said as we are right now, as we're talking. That's being talked about, designed, and want to pass through, going. And they've got the heifer and everything, so that's another story. And then you've got Armageddon. You've got Gog and Magog, and that's a different story on that. So that's supposed to happen during this time as well. And then somewhere between that, you have the rapture, which I believe, the rapture will happen before the appearance of the Antichrist, and all these things will happen according to Revelations about the Church of Philadelphia, and 2 Thessalonians chapter 4, where it talks about we will meet him and the air will be transferred. Matthew 24 talks about it. It said one would be in the field, the other one would be taken away, one would be in bed, and all that stuff. You know that story stuff. So also, which is interesting during this time, I just want to clarify, They obviously the rapture didn't happen, Rosh Hashanah didn't happen, and Feast of Trumpet, but during this time of Sukkot, also known as the Feast of the Tabernacles, which is the seventh feast, by the way, and prophetically seven, as I said, is a prophetic number of completion. So one of the theories on where the rapture could happen around this time is there's one teacher, Brenda, who talks about during the rapture. Now, originally she had the 28th, and then she said she changed it, updated to the 3rd on there. So I haven't heard anything really on that yet, so that's like tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. So she's got rapture on the 3rd, and she didn't change it, not that I know of, or maybe somebody may know, but it also talks about the 8th day. So very interesting, because I just want to clarify something here. Okay, so let's put up this date here. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so that starts Friday. The rapture, according to her, will be on the 3rd, which is on a Saturday. And then you've got you have this little piece during this time, and you have the 8th day, which is interesting because you count these days, and that's the 8th day, right? Get it? 7th, 8th day. And prophetically, the word 8 means new beginnings. So she describes it also, it's a time of like a baby being born, someone who's pregnant, and saying, like when you're pregnant, you the doctor will say, okay, this is the time when it's going to come, it's the 9th month, whatever, but you're waiting on that date, right? The exact time. It's like waiting for the rapture, waiting for the Lord to come to take us home, or the the second coming or whatever. So you have that during this time between the 8th day, according to what's going on in these charts. So we'll see what happens, right? Interesting. So that's a pretty interesting time of this Sukkot time, and a lot of events happening. I did mention in one of my archives videos that during one of my prayer times, or prophetic prayer meetings, whatever, I was praying for somebody, and then all of a sudden I got this image of October, and I gave the word October. That's why I saw October. So I don't know. Maybe the Lord is coming this October. I don't know. But there's a lot of events happening this October. A lot of things. As you know, we're getting close to the election, so there's a lot of tension, a lot of things happening. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Now Sukkot. So interesting time, folks. Interesting time. So, anyways, that's about it. What I got to share, and I hope this this was interesting for you guys. Thank you for listening, and thank you for joining in, by the way. And please subscribe. And if you want to donate, you can donate. The little thing, links below and stuff like that. So I thank you for that. Thank you for joining in the prophetic worship gathering. Someone asked also that, who tuned in last night, saying that, well, is this pretty much what the channel is? A bunch of singing or music? No. So there's other things on there that we try to do as well. So we'll probably have guests and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens on that. But Sukkot. So enjoy this time while we're here. God bless you guys.